This video is going to be a very quick one, or relatively quick. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Choronzon, right? Chaos. And what does that have to do with love? So immediately to get to the point, Choronzon in magic, right? If you studied magic enough, if you studied mysticism enough, you will come across an entity called Choronzon, okay? And what Choronzon is basically the mystical entity of chaos, cholera, right? Or I should say chaos, diseases, and it's Choronzon is also known as the babbler in the abyss, where you get the term Babylon from. Now, why that's important in the first place is because, as you can see, it begins with the letter C. So why that's important is because, well, I should say the full name of Choronzon is Choronzon 333. And this is where, you know, a lot of times you'll see like triple digits, 333, things of this nature. If you see 333 and that's your magical number, then that's the number of chaos, all right? Now, why is this important? This is important because, just as I was saying before, in magic, you will if you study magic long enough, you will come across an entity called Choronzon. And what Choronzon is nicknamed is the babbler in the abyss. And what that means is, if you studied magic long enough, you'll know what the abyss is. The abyss is basically an aspect of what it is that you do not know. So in order for you to cross over from something that you want to evolve from to something that you want to evolve into, you will have to you will have to cross the abyss. And the abyss, right? And the zodiac sign that correlates with Choronzon is Aquarius. Okay. Because Aquarius also represents madness, and Choronzon also represents madness. Now, why that's important in the first place is because what happens is that if you can get past, or I should say, cross through the abyss with no real harm done to you, then you've essentially passed the test and you will get what it is that you intended. If you don't, you'll have your spirit, you'll have your fighting spirit, your motivation, you'll have your desire, you'll have your fighting spirit, i.e. your motivation to live life. It will be broken and you will end up losing your soul. Now, whether it is that we know it or not, everyone goes through Choronzon or fights Choronzon, which is the babbler in the abyss, every time difficulties is in our way. Remember, Choronzon represents chaos. What does chaos represent? Unpredictability or probability. This is where it is that, you know, you get the term chaos theory, chaos magic. You know, this is where it is that you get the term quantum. This is where you get quantum mechanics from. This is what it is. Because it's all about you as the magician, the person who is in existence, learning how to become the magician, learning how to manipulate the elements of the universe, which is what quantum physics is, to create the reality that you want on a subatomic magical level. Now, this is important to know because the thing about love is, a lot of people want love, but love is that instrument that Choronzon uses in order for you to manipulate the laws of reality and for you to be able to attract or become or create what it is that you want. So when you see a lot of people talk about they don't deal with love and they have a hard time with love, and you see so many people scared of love, this is the reason why it is. It's because that Choronzonic energy, they know that if they try to cross the abyss, meaning that if they try to be in love, they will essentially become broken, because a lot of these people are nihilistic. They don't really believe. If you want to know somebody who really doesn't have any kind of respect for life, is a person who doesn't take chances. It's a person who, they want absolutes, because there is no absolutes in life. Because if there was, there would be no existence of Choronzon, or this entity, because Choronzon, or this phenomena, represents unpredictability or probability or chaos or quantum physics, which quantum physics exists. But without this probability, there would be no existence of unpredictability or creativity. So Choronzon is a fundamental aspect of the universe, chaos. You cannot have, it's real noisy outside. You cannot have the existence of life on our planet without Choronzon. If you don't, then you can't have life on the planet. So, and that includes us too. So what happens is that when it comes to the sciences, right? When it comes to the sciences, science as we know it, logical science, right? Statistical sciences as we know it, is what is a science based upon study and research. Magic or mysticism, and we're getting to the love, is a study on power. That's what magic is. Magic is the study of power. That's what drives magic, power. So as you can see, it's this weighing out between the right and the left hemisphere. Right? Power, statistics, research, knowledge. Yeah, that's the better word, knowledge. So what happens here is what creates what is the element that creates the person to become mad or insane is this entity that when you come across, which is Choronzon, when you are going through a bad time and you have to cross the abyss, is love. Are you doing something for the love of it? Do you really have a real pure of heart element of love to it, or are you doing it because you want to do it on some trick type stuff, or you want to have power over other people? If you are trying to do it to have power over other people, you will fail, and you will fail terribly. And in certain cases, if you don't learn how to let go of the ego, you will end up losing your soul, and you will become a shell of your former self. You will not be able to expand any more than what your safe space is. This is where, they get the clip off and stuff like this, shells. This is where it is that people say, oh, you've been shelled, shell. You've become a shell of your former self. That's what the saying means. It means that you've lost your motivation. You've become broken. You've become, you know what I mean? You've become broken. There is no more fighting spirit in you. And Choronzon will test you. Now, if you have love in your heart and you learn to let go of the ego, which is what a lot of people don't know how to do, you will pass it. Here's the thing about Choronzon, though. Choronzon, and I'm going to talk about the rewards, but Choronzon, if you uses love in order to test you, meaning that, like I said before, are you doing it for the love of it? When times get hard, Choronzon, that chaos will test your purity of heart, which is what love is. This is the reason why in love, you cannot take your ego with you. You can't do it. If you try to do it, you will fail that test that Choronzon will give you. Choronzon is even, the presence of Choronzon is even in pop culture, or pop culture in plenty of places. Like, if any one of you seen The Witcher, the thumbnail of the video, what do they say in the show, or I should say the series, all the time? They say the magicians, or the people who know how to use witchcraft, who are manipulators of reality, what do they say? They say, control your chaos. What are they talking about? What they're talking about is control the unpredictability or the probability, and manipulate the numbers, the analog binary numbers of the reality system that you are in, like the Matrix, basically, to manipulate it. And don't let the universe manipulate you. You must bend. You must bend reality. But how do you bend reality? You bend, break, manipulate reality through the usage of love. Love is the vehicle. But how do you do that? Well, one of the instances of showing love, or the greatest instance of showing love, is through humility, which is what it is that you learn when you're in love. So you see all these people out here who want to be in love, but they don't want to be humble. They don't want to be submissive. And let's talk about this term submission. But before that, because I'm getting ahead of myself, I want to take you back to one of the scenes of The Witcher, where in the show there was a scene in season 1 where was it Melisandre? I think it was Melisandre, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, one of the characters from the show, I seen the series, it's just I'm forgetting the name. But anyway, no, Melisandre is from the Game of Thrones. But the point is, one of the grown-ups who was training the young ones coming up on how to utilize their magic, the grown-up had actually taken the teenagers who were magic users in training to a room where a huge like cavern, cave-like place where lightning was striking, was funneled into the cavern, and it would hit the platform stone that they would have to stand on. And the grown-up told the young teenagers, you must learn to catch lightning in a bottle. Now, the lightning is one of the purest forms of chaos, Choronzon. And that if you can learn how to manipulate lightning and put it into a bottle, what will happen here is that you are manipulating the fundamental laws of reality to where it fits you, and you start to create it through your own humility. Because humility and submission is power. It's not too much control. This is the reason, or not being a control freak. This is the reason why, if you've been paying attention to me, and you've been paying attention, there's been an underlying theme on a lot of my videos, especially when I get on live and have one of my talks. What do I say? What do I say? For all those people who've been rocking with me for a long time, they know I do not hold on to anything or to anyone too tightly. What am I saying? What I'm saying is, I am manipulating the laws of reality by understanding that I am not trying to be a control freak. I am showing submission through humility and letting it go. If a person wants to leave, which is what love is, I am showing love in that way by letting them go. If we are to be together, I can't even say the W word, but whatever person, it begins with W, 5-letter word. If the can't even say the word, but if the person, you know what I mean, who I'm talking to is to choose me, but they're giving me a hard time, they must learn through life experiences and maturity and experience that I am what they want, and they're going to have to choose me, because if I try to be a control freak and fight to keep them, they will end up disliking me even more, because they will see me as an enemy that's trying to restrict them. You see how that works? So when that applies to love now, you have that situation where that's how it is in love. You got all these people trying to manipulate and control their partner. Why? This person is an individual that you essentially have a interdependent or dual independent, or an interdependent, you could just say that, an interdependent relationship with. But ultimately, this person has their own mind. If this person cannot work with you and they're working against you, or I should say, in turn, working against you by not working with you, then I don't understand what exactly is the point of a person trying to manipulate, bend, control, get the other person to conform. The only way that it's going to happen is, the only way that it's going to happen is if you relent, learn how to be submissive, let go of so much control, which is what Bruce Lee was talking about, and let the other person actually choose you. So yeah, but and if you try to manipulate, right, then it'll create more chaos in the relationship without any kind of order. See, the thing is that when it comes to chaos, a lot of people try to destroy chaos. You cannot destroy chaos. This is what magicians and mystics do. This is what I do for y'all all the time. I'm not destroying chaos. That's impossible. Chaos is a fundamental building block of reality, where we are chaotic in nature. If we were to try to destroy chaos, we'd be destroying the very existence of the fabric of the universe and everything that comes with it. The real magicians, the real people who understand mysticism on a deeper level, understand, or are supposed to understand, we're not trying to control chaos. We are trying to organize it. Organizing chaos and controlling chaos are very much so distinct but subtle. A lot of people tend to think that control is the same thing as organize. That's not true. Organization is merely giving a guiding, benevolent, manipulative push towards a direction, as to where control is much more coercion and strong arming. So, and trying to overwhelm with power. But this is where a lot of people end up getting wrong. And then Choronzon, which is the entity, the avatar of chaos itself, ends up eating away at you, and you end up losing your soul as you are in love, and it breaks your spirit. This is why there's a lot of people they get scared from being in love, and they're always trying to trick their way into love and trick their partner, where, you know, they want their partner to think of them as loving them at first, and then they flip the script. Choronzon got them. So this is just a little something talking about Choronzon and what Choronzon has to do with love, and why love is pure chaos, that you must learn to control your chaos, like from the series Witcher. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.